our next fabulous guest. I am here to introduce to you Mr. Richard Chamberlain. How are you tonight, Richard?
Doing good.
Awesome. So you had to work today. Have you been watching any of the summit?
Yeah, a lot this afternoon. Most of it this afternoon. It's been really good.
Well, good. I'm glad you've been able to watch a little bit of it with us. So give me a little rundown. How did you guys come across the pink drink and get involved with it in your life?
Well, it was actually Donna. There was a trade show outdoor show that they have every year here in Gonzales, and our upline was there. They had a booth, and I was actually looking at gun safes and beef jerky, and Donna was filling out the clipboard, signing up, tasting the drink. Next thing I said, they'll have you going to one of those meetings, and she said, well, I am Monday night, and she went and signed up, and that's how all this mess started.
Well, now, come on. It's a pretty good mess at this point, isn't it?
It's a very good mess. Had I known what I'd known, Ronnie Cuevas actually contacted us the year before at that same meeting, and Donna still has his business card, and she reminds me every now and then that we could have been a personal of his, just when she wants to, you know.
Just when she wants to. And just so everybody knows, Richard wouldn't be on if it wasn't for Donna, because she's his technical advisor there. So thank you, Donna, for helping Richard get on the summit tonight.
I agree.
Absolutely. Let me ask you, I mean, obviously Donna was not hesitant at all to get involved since she was going to the meeting on Monday and everything. But what about you? Was it something you were on board with right away, or were you hesitant?
Well, I was hesitant because we had done these kind of things, I call it, before, not really a weight loss, but we had done them, and we had made a pact that we would never do another one of these. But she broke that promise, but anyway, when she gives you that, you know, she went to the meeting, got the big welcome pack, I threw a fit, and then she said, well, I'm only trying to find something that'll save your life. Now, how do you be mad at that, you know? So,
yeah, you
like
can't.
I did. Well, I was 305 pounds, a 55 weight, sitting on the couch, eating myself to death. How could I condemn her for wanting to try to save my life? You know, one of us was stupid, and it wasn't her. So we'll leave that at that.
I love it. I love it. Okay, you're digging yourself out of a hole, so that's really good, Richard. You're doing good here. So once you got on board with this, what was your motivation? I mean, you know, you said she wanted to save you. What was your motivation to get you going?
Well, what I did, I got some immediate results on the product. The first plus is it didn't taste like dirt. It tasted good. So I drank it, and I looked at the website, and I was very impressed with how the website was put together, and I looked at all the testimonies, and I was on the product for about a week, and I immediately started feeling better. My sugar was controlled. I had some very severe sugar issues beforehand. I started to losing weight, and I just looked at her one evening about a week in, and I said, okay, do you have one more of these in you? Let's make one more run. And we said, sink or swim, this is it.
Well, cool. Now, I'm going to ask you to do the big reveal for us. How much weight have you lost now?
96.
96. I was hoping for 100 by the time you got on with me. I was really pulling for it.
Well, that's okay. It's close.
That's right. The first time I met you, I didn't really meet you. I saw you on stage at convention in New Orleans. It must have been my first convention. I can't remember now which one. But you stood on stage and you unwrapped your belt that went from basically your head to the floor. And that's what you said you used to wear. And I said, that man is doing amazing things with Plexus. And you have stuck in my head since then as being one of the people that I constantly go to and say, if Richard can do it and show this kind of result, and your results now are even more phenomenal. Your before and after pictures are just great. Tell me what you're taking, Richard. Which products?
I'm on the Slim. I take 2 X Factor chewables a day. I just love them. They're like a purple sweet tart to me. And then I started the block in mid-October, but I did something pretty extreme in August. August 25th, I had gotten back up on weight to around 291. You know, the Plexus products never stopped working. They're not quite a miracle. They're the closest thing we have, but we still have responsibilities. And I did
Mm-hmm.
not take those this last year. I mean, our bodies are a temple, and I treated mine like a landfill for a long time this last year. So I went to Ronnie Cuevas's Diamond video on August 15th, and Sheila Medina was there talking about sugar intake and water. So August 25th, I drew a line in the sand. I went cold turkey on processed and refined sugar, except for like fruit, stuff like that. And I increased my water to over a gallon a day. I stopped all support products I was on to let my body reset itself. Now, I'm not encouraging that. I'm just saying what worked for me. And August 25th was when I went down to just a Slim a day, the X Factor chewable. I lost 34 pounds doing just that change before Leaders Retreat. And then at Leaders, I started the block, and the other like 45 or so has been since I started taking the block. So I've actually lost 78 pounds since August 25th. I'm on my 3rd belt now, and I've dropped 15 inches at my waist just since the end of August.
That is a major accomplishment that you should be so proud of, and you've done it in the most natural way possible. And you're not deprived, are you?
No, no, not at all, because I don't count any calorie, I don't count any fat, I don't worry about this, worry about that. The sugar was the big deal. When I cut that sugar out and did the amount of water that we're supposed to do, my body immediately started responding positively. But I'm telling you, when I added just two pills of the block a day mid-October, it's got really interesting since then. I mean, I've lost an 8th grader since August, you know, so
I love that. I love that comparison. Now, with that weight loss, tell me, you sort of touched on your health victories, but give us a rundown of your total health victories that you've had that have accompanied your weight loss.
well, when I got in, like I said, I was 305 pounds, depressed, basically sitting on the couch, eating myself to death. Couldn't wait for it to happen. I'm just telling you where I was. I was on cholesterol medicine, triglyceride medicine, blood pressure medicine, aspirin regimen, and fish oil. 4 months, 4 months on the product. My doctor, not me, my physician actually took me off of everything other than my blood pressure medicine. And in 7 months, I was able to get off my blood pressure medicine. So I don't even take a baby aspirin now. I'm off 3 prescription medicine. Donna is off 6. So we're off 9 prescription medicines between the total of us at $40 a piece copays. So I was pre-diabetic. They had me on metformin, but I couldn't tolerate it. It upset my stomach too bad. My A1C went from like a 6.7 to 5.7 just first couple of months on the product. Donna's cholesterol went down 100 points the first year on the product. So it's not all about the weight loss. It's about the health too. But in my case, when you're only 5'4" and you were big around as you were tall, mine has centered around the weight loss because that's what was killing me. It wasn't just being healthy and have a rare disease. My weight loss I was either going to have a stroke or a heart attack. I didn't know which one was going to win out, but one of them was in the making, you know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just where I
absolutely.
was.
Absolutely. Okay, will Donna allow you to tell us her weight loss with the product?
Yeah, now Donna never was, you know, big to start with. She's down around 22 pounds. I don't know about the sizes and stuff because she wasn't that big. Her
Right.
her main goal of getting in was strictly, like I said, trying to find something because her and the kids have been talking behind the scenes of we're scared of daddy's health and all that. So she was actually looking for something because I wasn't going to eat right, wasn't going to work out, was hard headed. When that happens when you get depressed, so it had to be something I could do that was just short of a miracle.
I hear
And
you.
when she ran across these people, she knew that was it. Even though I resisted, she knew in her heart this was the answer.
Good thing you have her looking after you. What
Yep, I agree.
what about the business side of this? Tell me what the business has done for you guys.
Well, totally changed our life because you know you heard our story on at that convention. We were the people that had everything we wanted before. We had several cars, had a convertible, had a two-story house on the lake, could fish with the grandkids in the backyard. None of that's bragging, but it's where we were. And then when you go from that to where you have health issues, you have cutbacks at work, you go to where you see your address in the paper as a sheriff's sale that your dream home, you have 30 days to get out of it. So you lose what you had been working all those years for. But to be able to get back now, to be able making more a month, just in 1 month, than what we made all together in any other networking business that we ever did over our 20 or 30 year career of it, we make that in a month now. So to start getting those things back, and it's not all the materialistic. It's to be able to help people too, because see, God calls us to share our wealth, and broke people can't help broke people. But when you get back to where you're making an income, to where if a friend calls and says, "Hey, I've been sick, I've got liver issues, I've been out of work, I've used all my vacation, I can't pay my rent, I can't pay my car note," to be able to drive to their house and write them a check to keep them in their house and their car note, it's it's very rewarding and humbling to be able to do that with your extra income and it not affect your regular job income still. Just so when people say what has it done for you, it's more of what we're able to do for people now. Donna called up one of my daughters today and said, bring the grandbabies to Belk. We're doing some shopping. And she went and bought all the clothes they need for this coming year. So we never could have dreamed to do that before when you're worrying about if they're going to cut your lights out tomorrow if you don't, you know, pay it on time. So we've had it and we've lost it, and I like better having it. I'm sorry, I'm just telling you where I'm at. It's those little things that we're able to do. The vehicle that we pull our boat with, I needed tires on it the other day. I told Don, I said, drive it to work and go to Walmart across the street and put tires on it. Just little bitty things like that on the financial end, whether we ever make the big money, just at gold and senior gold, we're able to do that. And if you're able to do that and bless other people, that's what it's all about anyway.
Absolutely. And you know, we've talked about some big money today, but for a lot of people, an extra $100 to, you know, up to $500 a month would actually be life changing for them. It would change the stress in their life, and things like that, because let's face it, money issues are, you know, the root of a lot of stress, you know, related heart attacks and everything. So, you know,
Well,
you guys
you,
are
you,
not there
you say that, I
fighting
didn't
it.
mean to interrupt you,
Mhm.
but you say that extra $500, had we had that before, we would have kept our home.
Yep.
So you're right. It's not the big money. It's that little bit of relief because that, and I mean that's not a small amount, but that small amount of money, I call it, just a few $100s a month is a lifeline for somebody either getting divorced or going
Mhm.
bankrupt.
Absolutely, and those two
And
things can definitely go hand in hand, as far as the money wise goes. So, yeah, I love the fact that you are so passionate about helping people and using your story to do so. Um, what is it that keeps you plugging along? Or better yet, tell me what that aha moment was with Plexus that kind of turned your business around. Let's start there.
well, when we got into business in 2012, I only got in April. Donna had got in like a month or so before me, and I got in April. Well, we went to convention in like the end of May, so I had only been in the business myself 2 months, and the leaders retreat started in June, the contest. So by August we earned a cruise. So I had only been in the business 4 months, and we earned a cruise. I mean, we never got anything in stuff we ever done before, maybe a little bit of stage recognition, but to earn the cruise 4 months, so we knew right then that the company would pay like they said, and they would reward you for the work that you did. It wasn't just a few people at the top, it was anybody that was willing to do the work during the contest, during the deal, and to help other people. You could make those. And then we earn Amelia Island. Then we earn, what was it, Disney? Well, I'll call it Disney because we went to Disney World last year, the
Orlando.
Gaylord. So we've had 3 free trips just at our lowly level, I call it, not being one of the big dogs. We've earned 3 trips, so and they're free. That's the amazing thing. And the way you make them is you just find somebody that wants to go and help them make it. It's a pretty simple deal.
Absolutely, absolutely. And our company is so generous. We've talked about the compensation plan today. We've shown the comp video. We've had people talk about some of the trips and everything. Our company is so generous with what they pay out to us, as well as the gifts that they give us. I mean, fall they gave iPads away,
Right.
and I don't know. It was a very simple and quick contest, and I can't remember. They gave away a ton of those iPads, though.
I don't
Um,
I, don't- I don't remember how many. And what keeps me going now, you asked about that. It's kind of like a business tip that I tell everybody. And what we have to realize when we're out in the public talking with people, prospecting, sharing our story, we are all just 2 to 3 key people away and never spending all our money. And what I mean by that, you don't have to go find 100, you don't have to find 1,000. We're all just a few key people in our organization, just 2 or 3 people that gets in with the dream and the goal and the desire to help people that we have will change our lives personally forever. Just 2 or 3 key people is what I tell everybody to keep in mind when you're building your business. Don't quit, because God has those 2 or 3 people out there, and He'll send them to you when you're ready for them. Until then, they're not showing up.
Good point. I agree with you. You guys are in Louisiana, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we've talked a little bit today about how people think that areas are saturated. Louisiana and Mississippi were some of the first places where Plexus really took hold and was rooted in our growth. You guys were right in the heart of that, and yet had not heard of it prior to that boat show, like you said.
Right. Well, we still run across people every day that hadn't heard of it, or they maybe seen it on a car or whatever. You have to realize that after Hurricane Katrina, Baton Rouge went from 700,000 people to 1 million people. Now,
Mhm.
there's only 200,000 people worldwide in Plexus so far, and there's 1 million people in Baton Rouge. I haven't even talked to my neighbors yet. So when someone wants to tell me about it being saturated, I'm like, well, how many McDonald's is there in town? How many Circle K's is there in town? You're not, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We just have to be willing to get out because people's situations change too. Like they might get laid off, or the wife might have a child and want to stay home and raise the baby instead of daycare. So even if you thought the market was saturated, people's situations change daily. We have people now that's followed me and Donna on Facebook for 3 years. We met one of those people today shopping, and she has watched every post, never bought a product, and she looked at me today and rolled up her sleeve and had goosebumps and said, Richard, to see you in person compared to what you was back in the summer or in August, she said, I need some of that block stuff that y'all been promoting on your site. Now, I didn't even know she was looking, but now we sold her a bottle of block, and she's never got anything before. So situations change, you see, and
Mhm.
you just you just got to live your life, and things happen when you don't purposely go out and try to force it to happen. Things just come your way, but you have to be prepared and have tools and literature and business cards. You have to have things on hand when God opens a door for you, because you know what, he'll send them to somebody else if you're not ready to handle them. I mean,
I,
it's a business. You have to treat it like that. They
absolutely.
Everyone we know is either going to get in Plexus or are going to try Plexus. It's just a matter of time. So you either put them in your business, or you sell them product, or you let the crossline do it. That sounds tough, but I mean, sometimes we just got to remember it is a business, and
Absolutely.
our
Now,
business is open every day.
how have you guys primarily promoted it? Or do y'all do shows and trade shows and stuff, or is it strictly Facebook? What are you guys doing primarily to promote your business?
Both. I do a lot of posting on Facebook, but mine is more for ambassadors. You know, I do a motivational deal. A lot of Donna has a lot more friends. Almost all my friends. See, I didn't even have Facebook before Plexus. I got Facebook after we got in Plexus, just to help motivate and train and inspire other ambassadors. Now, Donna has a lot of non-Plexus people. The girl today was one of them, and our biggest leg, our leg in Colorado with the most people in, most volume, was actually she'd been following us on Facebook, but we knew her since high school. The way I find the people, I'm the finder, because I'm out in the public every day running the pest control route, and I'm out with regular customers and people that know me and out in the public, whereas Donna can't at her job in the medical field. So I'm basically do it out in the field, talk to the people, then show them a Success from Home magazine, a catalog, an Inc. 500. I more or less do that out in the field and then get with them and put them in. So we've had a lot more success with that because I have a relationship with these people. I've been doing their service for years. And now they're coming on board that they're seeing me losing again, and they're starting to get product, if nothing else.
Gotcha. Now, have you guys? I'm gonna pose to you the question that was asked by one of our viewers. If you're out in public and you know are behind somebody in the grocery line or what have you, perfect stranger, what's the most likely scenario that you would give us that you would start talking to them about Plexus?
Well, that's easy. Everybody write this down. This is profound. Not, no. I'm sorry. I'm fixing to let it rip here. So
Okay.
what I do, if it's not somebody at work, or if it's saying somebody I just casually talk to, I basically put it on Donna. I say, look, my wife is involved with a health and wellness company, and we're expanding in this area, and we're looking for some product testers or some associates to help us promote this. Would you be willing to give me a few minutes to show you what we're talking about? Now, you can
That's
do that anywhere you go.
Yeah.
What I do with a worker, I mean, you can do this if you pull up to a drive-thru at, I don't know, I don't do McDonald's a lot, but let's say you pull up there and somebody waits on you. I have two questions I ask everybody I go that works. First of all, I say, how long have you been doing this? And they'll tell you. and then you say, have you ever thought of doing anything different? Not, you want to go in business with me, you want to see what I'm doing, I'm making all this money, let me show you, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I just say, how long have you been doing this, and have you ever thought of doing anything different? Who hasn't sometime in their life, even if you love your job, thought of doing something different? That's unevasive. You're not attacking them. You're not downing what they're doing. You're just saying, have you ever thought about doing anything different? If they say no, I say, man, good luck with you. You serve the best French fries there is in town. Love you. I mean, you know what you're going to say, you know? But you're just looking for the 2 to 3, remember?
Absolutely.
But if they say, well, sure, you know, my husband just got laid off from the phone company or whatever, or what, I'd love to try to do something different. What you have in mind? And that's when I pull out a business card, or I give them a catalog. I get their info and say, me or my wife will call you and let you know what we're doing. We're expanding a health and wellness business in this company. We're in this area, and we're looking for some product testers or someone who might be interested in helping us promote this. See, it's the same answer no matter what they give you.
Very cool.
You have to keep it simple, and it works for everybody that you talk to.
I love that approach, and it's very, like you said, non-evasive. Now, how do you go about getting their contact information? You know, so many people are wary of giving that kind of information out. What do you do?
I don't worry about them.
You don't worry about them. Okay.
They're not the 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? We put way too much pressure on ourselves sometimes, I think. And we can put so much urgency on it that we look desperate. There's a difference between urgency and desperation. But if you tell them like that and you have that posture, they say, let me give you my number and please contact me. They'll give you the information. Or I'll give them a card and I say, well, look, write your info down and let me give you a call. And if they say, no, let me just look at it, I'll still give them a business card, because I was one of those people. And you might find that deal, but I will still give them a card. But I'm not going to say, no, that's, well, blah, blah. I'm not going to down them for anything. I'm going to remain their friend. I'm going to frequent there. I'm going to go there. And I'm going to kind of stay in their face in a way that I'm not in their face, if you understand how I mean. I'm just keeping that exposure to them, because some people, the timing's not right and they have to have several exposures. We're living proof of that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Richard, you, as usual, are just the best, most positive person to talk to. I love your stories, the way you share things and the simplicity of it for all of us to understand. And congratulations on the weight loss. It is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see what you shrink down to before convention, so I'm going to be watching you.
Woo, can't wait for convention. It's going to be exciting. Give me a couple more months. Maybe you won't recognize me.
We can hope that that's true about all of us, that we're unrecognizable, right?
Yeah, you're right. Who is that?
Who's that girl there? Oh, that's Lindlin. Yeah.
Oh, yep. We're excited, though. We'll definitely be at convention, and then we'll be off and running for leaders. And one more business tip real quick. I know we're on time here. We have new people on here and stuff, people that want to make these trips. Like I said before, it's worth repeating. If you want to make these leaders retreats, all you do is you make it known in your group. You ask them, hey, who wants to go? Who do you want me to commit my time and effort to in the next 3 months to help make it? And whoever says that, that's where you get to work, and you make sure that person makes it, and yours is a shoe-in. That's all you got to do.
That's right. Help enough people get where they want to go, you'll receive the blessings for it.
Absolutely. I've always wanted to leave people in my life better than I found them, and this is the only thing that I've ever found to be able to do that on a large scale, and it's very humbling that God would use the bug man to change people's lives.
Oh, that is so true. Well, thank you again, Richard, for being on with us, and thank you, Donna, for being there in the background as his support personnel.
She
And
is. She's right there smiling.
I know it wouldn't have happened without Donna, so we're very thankful for Donna too. Thank you, though, for spending a little bit of your time on this Saturday. I know you guys enjoy your weekends and you fish a lot and everything, so thanks for spending a little time with us today.
No problem. See you at convention, if not sooner.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome, awesome. Love to talk to Richard Chamberlain, whether it's on video or in person. So I hope you guys enjoyed him as much as I did.